Hey, welcome. Welcome over here. So I'm going to be talking about something that is probably one of the most asked about questions about becoming an artist for those that get started, which is virtual color matching, just color matching in general. How do I learn to color match somebody virtually when I have no idea what I'm doing? So that's pretty much every single artist. We've all been there. We all started there. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that it is absolutely, even though we're talking about virtual color matching, it is so important. It is absolutely imperative that when you get your makeup kit, that you get the makeup on as many faces as you possibly can. So I would call your mom, your sister, your best friends, your cousins, your aunts, whoever. Call these women that are close to you and ask them, hey, can I just try this makeup on you because I need practice and I need to kind of learn some different skin types and tones. Please let me put this on you. And that is what's going to help you the very, very most in virtual color matching, because it gives you reference points. Like for me too, I will do somebody's makeup that has totally different skin than me, and it may take me a couple colors to figure out what they are in person. And then, but I know, I'm like, okay, this lady over here has this color of skin and these were the colors that I used on her. And so if I get a virtual color match that's very similar to her skin, I'll be like, oh, I remember that one lady I did. She has similar coloring as this virtual match, and I used this color and this color, so I think she's probably similar to that. Or even people around me. I know that my mom uses Candlelit and my niece uses Aura. And so when I look at people, I'll be like, oh, she looks like she has a similar skin to my mom, so she's got to be close to Candlelit. But without having those actual in-person color matches, you will not have those reference points to kind of gain on what colors to use. And most of you, so when you get started, some really key reference points in determining colors, there's two things, and these are like always telltale signs, and they always work. So if you put a color on somebody and you're starting to blend it out, or if you have a customer that's contacted you and telling you that they're running into these issues, if they're blending it out and they say that it enhances their pores, it shows texture, it gets cakey, pretty much those are the main things. Or they don't get the coverage. That's the other thing. They're not getting the coverage that they want, or if it doesn't seem to be lasting as long, 9 times out of 10, it is because the color is too light for them, which is actually a really common problem for a lot of people when they get started with this cream foundation, because the colors look a little intimidating in their tins. You know, when you pull out June and you look at this color, I feel like this does not look anywhere near my skin tone, really. I mean, it kind of can in certain places, but this is actually what I wear a lot of the times is June. But then I also can wear, wheat, which looks so yellow. And so for a lot of people, they look at these colors and they just instantly assume that those are not going to be right for them, or that those colors look like they're going to be too dark. So it can be really, really intimidating with matching with a cream foundation because they are so pigmented. But I promise you, it's like really easy for people to go too light naturally. So if they're seeing those issues, it is because they went too light with their color. Or they have too light of a highlight color. And if they put their makeup on and they're feeling like it's looking kind of orangey, or pulling too yellow, then the color's too dark. And this is once it's blended, because every single highlight color, if you take it and just like swipe it on their skin, it's not gonna look like the right color. It just won't, because they're super pigmented. But you have to go in and blend them, and then once they're blended, if somebody's seeing these issues, then you know that, what steps to take from there based off of those issues that you're running into. So with virtual color matching, it's a lot the same thing. So when I look at somebody's skin tone, once I've gotten the practice of in-person matching to virtually color match, first and foremost, it is so important to have a good photo from the person you are trying to match. So always natural light. Natural light is always the best. And there's all kinds of graphics out there, and I'm sure we can find one to post below too, but there's all kinds of graphics out there on how to take a proper color match photo, which is basically to stand inside your house in front of a natural lit window, take a couple steps back and take the photo. Make sure you have a good photo. If somebody sends you a photo in their bathroom with horrible lighting, fluorescent lighting, and it's dark everywhere else, do not match off of that photo if you can, because, and just ask them nicely, say, hey, I just want to make sure we get you a good match. Is there any way you could send me another photo in some natural light? And then, more than likely they will, because they will also want a good match. So make sure you have a good photo. It's super important. Good photos, very important. Natural light. Okay, so then when you're looking at that photo and you're just like, I don't even really know where to begin. So 98% of the time, probably actually 99% of the time, I recommend 2 highlight colors for every person. So I give them, when I look at their face, I find the darkest spots in their face, whether they have areas of deep rosacea or redness or whatever it may be, and I give them something to kind of cover that dark spot. So the darkest area. And sometimes that could be like amber, or it could be mango. Sometimes if they're really red, you got to go deeper to cover it. So that would be like mango. And then if they're light, then for the other color, you're going to look for the lightest area of their skin, whether that be here, 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 their neck. You're going to look at those things, and then you're going to find the lightest color, and you're going to give them a color to match that. So 2 colors always, and that gives you some wiggle room, because a lot of the times you'll look at somebody and be like, God, I think she could wear amber, but then she needs something brighter under her eye area, so I'm gonna give her aura, So then you have 2 colors, and the customer can kind of work through those 2 colors to get the perfect fit for them. And that also gives them season changes, because for me, I can wear sandy to mango to wheat to June to amber to sunlit. Like, I could wear all this realm of colors, but if I have one color that's a little darker like mango or sandy, and then I have another color that's maybe a little lighter like June, I can use the combo of those 2 colors to kind of work with my skin. And even if I go in the sun one time and I get a little bit of color, I can just work with the little bit darker color. Or even if winter comes, then you can go with the little bit lighter color if you have less of a tan. So giving them the 2 colors really does give them a lot of option and kind of just custom making the right color that works for them. Plus, I really do feel like most of us need 2 colors because we have some underlying things that we're trying to correct or cover or, brighten or whatever that may be. So, yeah, I think that that's like your 2 kind of important things that you match with 2 highlight colors, looking at the darkest and the lightest spots of their face and then going from there. And also, Kara has a really good video on color matching in the Mascara Artist group. So we will include a link for that in this video that you can watch that as well, that Kara did herself, and it's awesome. And then when it comes to contour colors, a really good reference point, I think people are always like, I don't even know with contours. I like to look at the color of their eyebrows. So, and that could be the color of their natural eyebrow or even the color that they fill them in as. And that is kind of what I would match their contour with, as close as I can. So if their eyebrow looks to be kind of like a warmer, like mine is like a warmer brown, and my favorite contour is olive. So I love olive, but that makes sense because it's kind of right in between. Olive is kind of neutral. It has a little bit of warmth, but it's not too warm. And that's kind of my brow color. If somebody has a really dark eyebrow, then, indigo might be a really good contour for them because that's the color of the eyebrow. Or if they kind of have just like a light gray or ashier eyebrow, henna or Astoria would be great for them. So, I think that kind of checking the eyebrow color is a good reference point into matching the contour. And and I think multiple people, don't let the contour scare you too much, because I do think multiple people can wear multiple contours. It's kind of a matter of what works for them. I do think it's natural to want to go too light with contour too. So a lot of people will instantly recommend walnut, and I don't do that because Walnut looks like the most satisfying contour because they look so scary in the tins, but it's way too light for most people. So I would suggest, you know, not doing that. Don't be scared of the contours, and there's always room. Like, I even personally will wear indigo quite often, and that looks so dang dark, but once you blend it out, it's beautiful. I just think people are a little bit scared of the contours when they get started. So yeah, check out the eye color the eyebrow color to kind of match that contour. And then there is lots of good reference points out there, and you can, even if you go into the Mascara Artist Facebook group and you search color matching, it's really helpful too to just look and see what colors artists wear and get a good reference. It's just, again, it's that reference point of learning. So, but the biggest thing is you've got to get some color matching, actual color matching under your belt in person, and it'll help you tremendously in online color matching. Also, utilize your upline. They will always help you. You know, there's tons of resources out there that you guys can go find. In fact, there's tons of helpful videos on color matching. This one, we wanted it to be quick and kind of give you the basics and the getting into color matching, but there is lots of helpful videos out there in color matching, and we'll maybe include some of those links below in this video. But yeah, I know you can do it because we have all been there. I've been there. I'm sure I matched people inaccurately in the beginning because it just takes some practice, but once you get it, you'll get it. And you know what? There's still people to this day, 3 years later, that kind of throw me for a loop, that I'm like, ooh, what color would that be? You know, but you can do it and utilize your upline and the people around you and helping you too. And that will make you feel lots more comfortable in the color choices that you choose for people, because color matching is very, very important. It is ultimately, I feel like, the key into people loving this makeup. So make sure you kind of help the customers troubleshoot in asking questions about their skin and kind of the coverage that they're looking for and all of those things. So anyways, it's been fun. We'll see you guys around.